I just love one of those easygoing summer days where everything feels just right. Warm sun, a light breeze, and a nice calm vibe that makes you want to linger and not rush. I've got a lot happening in my garden right now, and we were having our breakfast outside the other day, and there were these sweet baby raccoons up in one of our trees. It looked like they were just learning how to climb and to get their balance, and they were so cute to watch. The sparrows were into the birdseed like they always are, and one of them was even feeding her baby. And of course, our squirrel friends were being cheeky as usual. Meanwhile, the table is all set with fresh cut flowers, and the chicken marbella I made is stealing the spotlight, glistening with olives, prunes, and that golden garlic deliciousness. I'm hosting a pranzo today, which is an Italian lunch, and it's so good to have everything come together with lots of small happy things and good food.
Okay, thank you.
It's summer right now, and the sun is high and the days have been very warm. And this week we had some guests over for pranzo, an Italian summer lunch which was relaxed and made for sharing. These are those days that you just want to kick off your flip-flops and share some lively stories and make something unforgettable together. Today we're cooking chicken marbella, which is a wonderful dish that is kind of like a Mediterranean holiday on a plate. It has sun-warmed olives, some prunes, a splash of wine, garlic, herbs, and chicken that's marinated, roasted, and bursting with flavor. This is perfect for summer entertaining because it's loose and relaxed and colorful and joyful. Great for family and friends or anyone that you want to welcome into your life. So let's grab a few things from our pantry and let's dive in. All right, now let's go over our ingredients, and I want you to think of them as guests at a very elegant dinner party because each one of these items brings a special flavor to the table. So you're going to need a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil and a half a cup of vinegar. And I've got apple cider vinegar here, but you can use red wine vinegar or balsamic or regular, whatever you have on hand is fine. And we're going to need 1 cup of white wine. I've got 1 cup of pitted prunes that I've chopped up into small pieces, and this will give this dish a beautifully dark, mysterious, sweet flavor. And then I've got the combination of a few garlic cloves and some oregano, which is like Nona's soul. And here I've got this wonderful, dramatic, salty flavor of about a 1/4 cup of capers and some green olives, and of course some salt and pepper. And we're also going to put in a 1/4 cup of brown sugar for some nice sweetness. So we're starting out with about 5 pounds of chicken legs just laid flat in a baking dish, and this will serve about 8 to 10 people. Now we're keeping this simple, so just grab a mixing bowl and add in a half a cup of the olive oil, a half a cup of vinegar, and 1 cup of the wine. A 1/4 cup of capers with some of the brine, and don't be shy because this adds some great zing. Next goes in about 3/4 of a cup of olives and a few cloves of garlic. Now add 1 cup of prunes. Now I know what you're thinking, prunes, aren't those for digestion? Well, yes, but also for beauty and flavor, and they'll become these sweet little caramelized nuggets that melt into the sauce. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Now a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, some oregano, a couple teaspoons of salt, and some pepper to taste. Now just mix it all up and give everything a good stir so it all starts to come together and all the ingredients learn each other's names. It should smell a little bold, briny, and a bit sweet, and that's a good sign. pour the whole thing over the chicken so the marinade coats everything and the chicken gets cozy with the garlic, the wine, and the prunes. Then cover it up and put it in the fridge for a few hours or overnight. Bone-in chicken legs or chicken thighs work best for this recipe. You can leave the skin on or off. I took it off this time. I've left it on other times. Both works really well. You can use skinless, boneless thighs, but in my opinion, it doesn't work as well because you do lose some of that bone-in flavor. Now, let me tell you, this marinade is really where it's at. This is where the magic is, and it needs to sit for at least 2 hours or preferably overnight. But don't panic because this is the beauty of it. You just mix everything up in the bowl, throw it over the chicken, put it in the fridge, and the next day it just goes in the oven and you bake it at 375 for about an hour and you're done. And it's beautiful golden sweetness. Now, when you're ready to serve the chicken, put it on a platter and make sure to pour all of those delicious pan juices over the top. And you can serve it with some simple sides. I decided to do some roasted vegetables. I just pulled everything that I had out of the fridge, chopped it up, and roasted them up in the oven for about 45 minutes. And you can also have a green salad along with it. But that sauce is just incredible, and it's such a nice accompaniment to something like plain rice or some nice crusty bread that you can use to mop it all up with. And just like that, you've created a feast that you can enjoy in the sun, and you've got some good food that's unhurried, it's slow, and it's real. Now, if you've got some leftovers, just pop it in the fridge in an airtight container, and if you've got any pan juices left over, add that as well. And then when you want to reheat it the next day, the flavors are outstanding. When it's had a chance to sit overnight, all the flavors intensify and it's just so delicious. But just add a little bit of water or maybe another little splash of white wine to your pan when you heat it up and enjoy. You know, sometimes I think when we cook, we're often very careful to separate sweet and salty, and this recipe says you can have both, and it turns out beautifully with the marrying of the flavors of the wine and the garlic and the herbs and the sweetness of the prunes. It just creates this beautiful texture and richness of flavor. Now, where this dish came from is an interesting story because it certainly did not come from your Nona's village. It was actually born in the 1980s by two women who owned a gourmet shop called the Silver Palette. And Chicken Marbella was one of their signature dishes. And when they published it in their cookbook, Americans went wild. Now, what I love about Chicken Marbella is it's kind of like that friend you have that shows up in the linen dress and always looks effortlessly elegant. This dish is a little bit dramatic, but in the best way possible. And even though this dish isn't traditionally Italian, it's definitely got that Mediterranean soul. Thank you.
Wonderful things when Dad
I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of your day with me. I sure do appreciate it. Many blessings to you and your families. Take care, and we'll catch you in the next one.